This is Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating the culture, presented by Team One Credit Union.
And welcome to this special edition of Community Wide. I'm Mike Woolfolk. Joining me are some Hispanic leaders from across our Mid-Michigan community. We have Asa Ascencio Zuccaro, who is the Executive Director of Latinx. Ramon Teneyuque is with Latino Leaders for Equity Advocacy and Development. And on the end is Miguel Gomez, who is the Saginaw County Undersheriff. Gentlemen, bienvenido. Welcome to all of you. We're glad to have you. We think this is an important conversation as we talk about, the inclusion of the Hispanic community in our overall community. Asa, let me start with you with Latinx. This is an agency that really dates back about 6 decades. You got your start helping veterans. Just talk a little bit about what Latinx is and what you do.
Most definitely. So, our organization is a nonprofit 501c3, and it dates back to 1966. It was started by a group of Hispanic veterans that were coming back from service, and they realized that there was a need to support each other and support the families of veterans as they were kind of denied access to some of the resources and benefits that are typically at that time were offered to veterans. We've been operating on Flint's east side ever since then, and today we're known for having a resource center right off Lewis Street.
We'll talk more about that here momentarily. Ramon, talk to me about Latino Leaders for Equity Advocacy and Development. What do you guys do?
So I'm the chairman in the Saginaw branch. We're statewide. We started in Saginaw, and now we have 8 subcommittees across the state. Every organization around the state has something they focus on. What we focus on is the education and the language for our young Hispanics, right? Over the time, we've lost our language, right? Because of all type of reasons, right? Embarrassment or shame, or just working in the school district itself. And what we try to do and focus on is bringing that back to our community, and also helping them with education and growing in their business, if they want to be in business or academia, or if they want to be in a trade. We want to help guide them so they can be successful in life.
It's unfortunate. So often, we will hear about language barriers and the fact that you have a community that may speak Spanish and not English, but then you'll have folks on our side say, this is America, speak English. How do you fight that that's a very negative sort of stigma.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So actually that stigma is around and strong, but it's also changing because Spanish is widely used across this country and across the world. And because it's so strong now and there are so many Hispanics around, that's even more of a reason for our organization to drive that and to bring our younger generations into speaking the language and growing the language so they can also be successful. Because now, guess what? They're paying people more money if they're bilingual.
Correct.
So that's more of an incentive. You could tell kids all day, well, why do I need to speak Spanish? But when you tell them, because they can make you more money, oh, hey, more money, what else do I need to do?
There you go. Undersheriff Gomez, what are some of the challenges the Hispanic community is facing in terms of feeling safe?
Well, it's twofold right now. Right now, I get calls all the time. Is ICE going to be in Saginaw? Is ICE going to be in Saginaw County? Things like that. And then there's also that stigma of, do people approach police officers when they need someone? Mm-hmm. What's going on in our country right now is pushing more people away from approaching police officers when they need something.
How do you help folks address these types of issues? And I mean, we can look at whatever we hear politically, diversity, equity, inclusion, these are words that have really been getting a bad rap lately, but these are words that are very important to various communities because we have a mix of cultures that are in our community. How do we help folks sort of navigate what we're going through here politically on that level?
I think we need different organizations to help cultivate a welcoming environment, no matter what's going on across the nation, right? I love Saginaw County, I love Saginaw City, that's where I grew up, and I can't be anything but positive about it. And because of that diversity, because of all the people that come together, the different kinds of music I listened to as a kid. My children right now, don't understand Spanish. When my father was raising me, he would tell us, you speak English. You speak English. People are going to look down on you. You speak English. But at family functions, we still listen to Mexican music, right? So I don't understand the whole Bad Bunny thing, because the beat is the beat.
Yeah.
And my kids don't understand the words that are being said or sung, but they understand the beat, and they understand how to dance to it.
That's it.
Right? That's welcoming. We got to make sure everybody feels welcome.
Music is a very universal language, across all cultures. Asa, talk to us a little bit more about, because Latinx, I know you have a keen focus on what we're living through in this era, which is technology.
Yeah, so most definitely. Right, our organization, we want to make sure people can be gainfully employed, and that they have the skill sets to do that, and as well as that they have a central organization that can help walk them through that process. And it might be for whatever goals that they have. But right, definitely talking about the benefits that come with having a greater understanding of other cultures, what that means to your employability and your ability to sell your services to another community, or even offer your services or product. And then as well, the benefit that does come with more about other languages, and being able to have a wider cast net in your customers, or just even your service. So both of those things are extremely important.
As we bring this to a close, I want each of you to sort of talk about what you want the overall general community to know and understand about the Hispanic culture.
Yeah. Real quick, I'll start us off. I'll say, some of the greatest things that we love to do at the center is share culture. And right, we're here as Latino leaders, so sharing that Latin culture is amazing. I think as individuals in this country, we love participating and practicing other cultures, even if it's not our own. And at the same time, what we love to do is share that U.S. culture with the recent arrivals of immigrants. It's a beautiful thing to be from the United States. I love my country, and to be able to share the different things and practices we celebrate. So I think, right, there is that pushback on DEI and what it might mean, or what people perceive it to mean, but really just practicing and observing, it's a wonderful thing.
Ramon?
What I'd like to see happen more is, and I know it's a little bit harder because a generation like ours where the language either wasn't taught well to the children. I'd like to see more programs that do teach the children. I want that to be put into the schools at a younger age, because they say you can teach a child anything under the age of 5, right? And they'll keep it throughout their whole lives. But we don't have anything to support that after that. Everyone feels that the kids are, that's too young to try to teach them, or they don't have discipline. Well, I've always come across that whatever you teach a child, they'll keep. So the discipline that they don't have is because you didn't teach them that. So if you can go ahead and instill that in them at a young age, then they can create and grow and be successful in everything they're doing. They took that cursive writing out of schools, and in my opinion, that wasn't a good move. But if you keep taking and taking and taking out of schools, pretty soon we're not going to have anything to teach these children, and they're going to go off on their own way, and they're not going to know which way to go.
Miguel?
I think Hispanic parents need to teach children pride of themselves, pride of their culture. And I try to do that. I try to get my kids to listen to more of our music, watch our TV shows. I really missed Dora the Explorer because some words were in Spanish, but I remember taking my kids to Mexico on vacation, and SpongeBob, they called it El SpongeBob, was on TV, and my kids were watching that, laughing, because they knew everything that was going on, because they watched it here, right? And guess what? They watch it over there. Yeah. Right, but a pride in our culture is what we got to cultivate as parents, as family.
Right.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I want to thank each of you for coming in and sharing with us.